I'm a cyclist and I live in the Pennines, and welcome to my channel. And on today's ride we set out to do a mini tour of West Yorkshire, cycling to a village called Emley, which is situated between Wakefield to the northeast and Holmfirth to the southwest. And the village of Emley dates back to Anglo-Saxon times, and it's also famous for its transmitter tower, which rises to over 1,084 feet above the skyline. Now, we have been here before, and last time we visited this place the guys were taking photographs of their dogmas. And today we were cycling to the Thorncliffe Farm shop cafe. And looking at the parkour, it was going to be really hilly with some really tough climbs today, with a ride distance of 74 miles and over 6,400 feet in elevation gain. It was supposed to be nice and dry today, but it actually turned out to be quite cold and damp. And as we made our way down the valley, we had quite a nice gruppetto with up to 12 riders at one point. So here we are now, approaching Todmorden, as we make our way down the Calder Valley. The next stop was Hebden Bridge, and we were making some good progress with an average speed of over 20 miles per hour for the first 18 miles. And shortly afterwards, we reached Halifax, where some of the guys decided to turn back, which left the group down to 9 riders. And it was Brighouse next.
Okay, well, we're 23 miles into the ride. We're approaching Brighouse. It's starting to rain a bit, so we've got the raincoat on. And we're split up. A couple of phone calls have been made. We got a split in the group. We took a left and some guys took a right, so we're all going to get back together shortly. Right, I'm getting too warm now. I've took my gilet off and we're going down there.
So here we are now heading down Breezefield Road, which I'm not quite sure where it is, but it's on the way to Otherton, and Wakefield Road isn't far by. As you can see, in front there it looks like a cyclist, it's actually a motorbiker, and I was able to hold the gap with the motorbiker down this descent, although it was quite damp, leaves on the road, and you've got to be careful if you're carrying some speed down here, especially this time of year. And here we are now somewhere on the map, in the heart of rural West Yorkshire, and we came across this fantastic country lane. You got Owen there, with Lee ahead, and cycling down these lanes is just fantastic. I'd like to ride down here on a really nice dry summer's day.
Alright, we're 33 miles into the ride. At Breezefield, that's a little brute of a climb there. Whoa, it's hilly. Whoa. "38 miles into the ride and I need a cafe."
And here we are approaching the village of Emley itself, and the cafe was just around the corner.
And then I've got another large latte and a tea.
Yeah, that's also that. Well, thank you.
That's me. Excellent, thank you. But it's a very old picture.
Mike's here.
Come on, Michael.
Oh, he's got his helmet off, he's only got his active take now.
Right, we're ready? Yeah, let's go.
I reckon you've got a monk somewhere. You could have a camera.
Okay, the guys are in the cafe now, just finishing off the butties. Been a bit damp today. It's definitely October weather. We've got the big Emley Moor mast behind us over here in the mist.
And so, having left the cafe and got the legs warmed up, we headed down the B6116 off Huddersfield Road. This is called Near Bank Lane, and on this section here we're heading towards Haddingley and then Jackson Bridge. And as you can see, we've got a really technical left-handed bend here on a very damp surface. The road ahead seems to be quite safe though, we've got good visibility, but because the conditions were not in our favour, I think I maxed out at around 31 miles per hour along here.
Well, we're 44 miles into the ride, and after that cafe stop, it's really hard going on the legs. All that food is now making the blood go to my stomach and not to my legs. I'm cold and it's damp, so we need a long hill now just to get us warmed up. We have, haven't we? I remember going up that. Yeah, I did. Rightio! We're riding on Haddingley Lane according to my Garmin. I had to stop for an nature break, and the guys are about 300 yards ahead. It's a nice road, but a heavy tarmac. And I've got warm fingers again, that's a good thing.
So with Holmfirth in our sights, it was time to negotiate the descent of Jackson Bridge. And with tricky conditions on a wet road surface with hairpin bends, we had to proceed with caution. You can see there, taking the lines quite wide, we've got leaves on the road, and most of the time you're covering the brakes, and this became a key factor for me on this descent. And the problem that I had was that under heavy braking I could feel that the brake lever was almost touching the handlebars. In fact, the gear shifter attached to the brake lever was touching the bars. So I knew at the bottom of this descent I had to do something about it and make an adjustment. So basically what's happened is that I've been riding my bike quite a lot over recent weeks in the wet, which has led to the brake pads wearing away quite a bit, which means I've got a bigger clearance between the brake blocks and the rim. And some cable tension needs to be taken up.
Yeah. I think my back brake needs adjusting. I'm touching the my trigger lever's touching the bar. It's not worth taking a risk, is it? Right. Right, well, going down there, my brakes needed some adjustment because I could feel the end of the bar. I was on full brake and needed a bit more. So, has that got the clearance? It needs more. Let's try that. That's better. I have to watch out for that. That was touching there then.
And then I never knew where the guys were.
Excuse me, have a lot of cyclists come this way? Right, cheers. Yeah, they will. Okay, I've adjusted my brakes and there's a crossroads there, so I'm going right. And a lady has just said she's heard a lot of loud cyclists coming this way. So, hopefully that was our lot. Rightio, we're cruising down the A635. I'm not sure where the guys are, so we'll get into Holmfirth and then I'll make my way up over the Isle of Skye anyway, because I think that's what they're aiming to do.
And so this is Holmfirth town centre, and there's the bus right next to Sid's Cafe from the last of the summer wine. And I could not see the guys anywhere, and also this is a very bustling, busy little town. So I make my way through the centre and then head out towards the main road that takes me onto the Isle of Skye. And this road is the A635 for quite a long way now. Here we are, just taking the right, and the climb will now begin. It's a very long and exposed climb.
Okay, we're on the climb now. The Isle of Skye road climb. It's a long one, and I'm not sure if the guys are ahead of me or behind me. Right, well, I'm not sure where the guys are. I've heard Staley Bridge was an option, and I also heard the Isle of Skye, so I've took the Isle of Skye road, but I'm too hot. I'm taking this off again. We're out of the mist, and we're 50 mile into the ride with a pretty good Pennine section ahead of us, where we'll drop down onto the other side towards Oldham and Shaw and Denshaw, that kind of area. I'll be nearly home then. Just text one of the guys as well, said that I'm in Holmfirth, so hopefully that message has been received, but round here, you know, this signal can come and go. Okay, we're approaching one of the little summits on here. I think we're around 1600 feet above sea level. 55 miles into the ride.
And on this plateau, you can see for miles and miles, and the road ahead almost looks like it reaches a point. But I could not see the guys anywhere in the distance. And then we had the fantastic descent of Saddleworth Moor into Greenfield and Upper Mill. And look at the autumn colours on the moorland. And on its day, this can be a wicked descent.
Okay, this is 30 miles an hour on the Isle of Skye descent. I can't go silly fast because it's very damp. Right-hander, 34 miles an hour. I'm on the brakes actually, not worth it. 30 miles an hour. Left-hander, 34.3 miles an hour. Right and a left-hander, 36 miles an hour. Left-hander approaching, 37 miles per hour. We're clear behind. And another left-hander, 36.2 miles an hour. Got bits of rubbish on the road. That looks like a pothole. That's 40 miles an hour. Still 40 miles an hour. And a left-hander approaching. Cruising at 38 miles an hour. I can feel that cold air. Okay, chicanes. Got a left and a right-hander. Got cars on the left, right-hander, freewheeling now. Watch that dog. Still there, 37 miles an hour. And the road now starts to level out. Car ahead, what's he doing? Brakes, brakes, brakes. .31 miles an hour. Oh, my ears have popped now. I can hear what I'm saying. In the trees, left-hander, 33 miles an hour. Just watch it now. Okay, let's slow it right down. Put the brakes on. We're going to go right, right, right. Well, we're on the approach now to Upper Mill, 60 miles on the clock, and that was a great descent of the Isle of Skye.
And here we are now on the approach into Upper Mill itself, and I've done quite a few videos cycling around here to the various cafes. But with tired legs, it was time to take on the final climb of the day from Denshaw up the A640. And this final descent into Newhay is one of the best ones going around here in the northwest. I love it to bits. You've got a great road surface, really good visibility, and some cracking left and right handers. And again, on its day, it is super quick. And we got down here in one piece quite safely, and that's all that counts. And there's nothing better than having done a big bike ride like this than having a pint.